Hello, Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to talk about open relationships today. I was out and about over this last week and I had someone ask me, are you seeing anyone? And I'm like, oh, I'm in an open relationship. And I generally only have open relationships at this point in time. And I got the doggy head like, excuse me? What does that mean? So I proceeded to explain it, and in this occasion it was well received, and many occasions it's not. I thought I would explain my point of view and what I've heard from other entities and even other versions of ourselves from the future that are explaining that they have open relationships and that it's not the matter of attachment and needing another entity. It's following your highest excitement in the moment, and if that happens to be with this one particular entity and you want to spend some time with them, that's fine. If they want to spend time with someone else, that's fine. So, I was married really early, in my 20s, had a house, all that good stuff, no children, and so maybe I got that out of my system, I don't know, but it always energetically, even at the time, we both discussed being able to see other people, even though at the end of the day we would come back to the same place and be in the same home, and even discuss bringing other people into our mutual bedroom. But that was never actioned upon. So a little over 10 years ago, that concept had come back up with someone that I was seeing, and we're like, oh, well, why not? Let's try it. And so, like, if I was out during the course of my day and I came across someone that seemed interesting that I wanted to spend time with, I could do that with no reciprocity and, no issues of jealousy or whatnot. And it is a large departure on jealousy because it is allowing everybody to be happy in the moment, and that you don't have to have this person to make you happy. You're whole and complete in of yourself, and that kind of completes this idea that you are a unique individual and that you don't need other people. They're an additive thing in that moment, and in that idea, if you're spending the time that you want to spend with people and the time that you spend it, then that's all that you need to do. And that's following your highest excitement. So if it's the most exciting thing that you can think of in this moment is to spend time with this new individual or someone who's come, or with both of those people. For instance, if you meet another bisexual person, like a bisexual female, and they want to spend time with another female, and maybe they want to spend time with you, there's nothing wrong with that. It's been labeled upon society. You need to pair up, you need to buy this, you need to buy that, you need to go here, you need to go there. And that's not the case. I've met some of the nicest and had the most rewarding experiences and relationships with people that have been open relationships. And as a matter of fact, if I go back to an area like I have people in Arizona that I know, and I have a couple in New York and New Jersey and Chicago and Boston and on and on and on that adhere to these types of ideals. And when I'm in town, I say, hey, I'm going to be in town, and if you two are available or what have you, then we all get together. And that doesn't mean that it has to be a group type of thing when you're in open relationships. It can just as easily mean that, you and your partner are fine with you seeing other people. She can see other people, you can see other people, so he or she can go see he or she, whomever they want, whether they're whether they're heterosexual or bisexual, or whether you're heterosexual or bisexual, or, gay or lesbian. It doesn't matter. That, in that open relationship, it's following your excitement at that moment to the person that seems the most fit to your energy at the time. And that's effectively all it is. And there's been a lot of talk. Adronis has talked about this, and I don't know if Bashar has talked about this, but the Nihal, I think I'm pronouncing that correct, which is fifth density humans. That's how they live. It's the most exciting person in that moment, and they have still have babies with the people that is the most exciting in that time. And they're raised collectively, and at the age they're able to leave home, they can leave and go wherever they want and do whatever they want, and they're supported by any entity that they need. If they need something, that they come in contact to, so they can, at 7 years old, they can leave their house and they can walk from one side of the planet to the other, and if they need some water, if they need a place to stay, if they need some food, then on the way, any entity that they come across basically supports them. And that's a beautiful thing. And that's the same idea as open relationships, that you're supported by the entities. You know, they don't have to give you food and water, but whatever is the most exciting person and place and thing to do at that moment is fine. You don't need to go back to this particular shelter with this particular person. Now, historically for me, usually an aggregate of the time, let's say I spend time with other people, I'll come back and, you know, it always ends up that there's like one particular person that I genuinely like to spend most of my time with. And even at the end of the day, if they've spent time with other people, whether sexually or not, we always end up back in the same corral, you know, like on the same domicile at the end of the day, historically speaking. And I'll have to say those relationships have lasted longer than most of my relationships, and would also say that that is energetically has worked out longer, because I have, you know, I've known some people for 9-10 years now that I still have, I guess you would call it casual sex with, or spend time with when it's appropriate, or when I'm in their area we spend time, or I might spend time with them and their current lover, sometimes as a group and sometimes separately. This lifestyle could be called a swingers lifestyle, but it doesn't necessarily have to be labeled as such. It is less energetically attached to a certain person and to a certain outcome, especially that I need to feel safe and be there at the end of the day, and I know they need to be there at the end of the day, and you know, I've done all my work today, and this is my reward to go to my domicile and to have this person, and da-da-da-da. We're going into a new age and new energy where people support each other, and that you don't need to have this vice on the idea that this is part of your happiness and joy. You need to be whole and complete yourself. You are whole and complete yourself. And once you realize that, then this attachment to other things and ideals can start to slip away a little bit. And, you know, you're seeing a lot more open sexuality in both men and women, especially in women nowadays, that they're pretty open about their sexuality. And if they like a guy, then I've certainly noticed that they certainly do a lot more outspoken, let me tell you. And are a lot more open to these types of ideas. And they are more energetically in alignment with the new energy, in that we are supporting each other. We don't need, if you follow your highest excitement and you do the things that excite you, then you need not to have so much in the way, not to clasp in old ideals, but just this idea of safety and having things be the same each time, and knowing that that person is going to be there. Because you know you're supported. The universe will support you if you follow your highest excitement. And the rational mind doesn't like that idea, because the ego is there to keep you safe, and it was constructed as an idea to say, hey, you know, I need to know this repetition. I need to know what's going to come out, so that, you know, something doesn't eat me, or I don't run out of money, and all these sorts of things. So for me personally, these ideas work. Obviously, they might not work for you. I've had many couples that I've talked to for the first time that finally introduced this idea into the home, and perhaps I ushered in like the first types of situations with them where they had tried it with me for the first time, to open up their home to another person, and maybe she's just with me and he went out with somebody else, or we're all together. And I'd say 90% of the time it's gone well, and they're still together, and they say that they have a healthier relationship, and, you know, this thing that, oh, you're cheating on me or doing this and that, is perfectly natural to have a variety and want to have other things. Now, for women, you know, this, I'm told that genetically this is ingrained, that, you know, for nesting, that you want to hold on to your mate and nest and bear children. I don't know if I really buy that or not. I don't know if that's like, you know, a dish that's been served up, but or just an ideal, societal ideal that's been kind of handed down. Let's say that it is genetic, and that oxytocin bonding is actually making it so that you want to stay with that particular mate for a period of time. You know, intellectually and energetically, you follow what feels the best and follow your excitement, and things end up and tend to have a tendency to work out really nicely. So just introducing some ideas. If If you have any questions, please feel free to message me. Please do comment and like and share. I'm happy to have conversations with anyone for an hour. Life coaching, spiritual coaching, business coaching, what have you. Whatever it is, any combination thereof. So thank you very much for watching. You make this possible. I am now a YouTube partner. Thank you for all your views and all your comments, and my excitement has expanded so much from doing this. I'm getting invitations to do different types of things and to speak and have conversations with different channels and some other exciting things I'm not going to tell you about yet that you'll see very shortly that will come up next month. Thank you very much. Love and light, and have a fantastic day.